This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss of WDWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to make sure you never miss the latest from the Disney theme parks all around the world. Here comes the news for December 10th, 2025. But first, I have to reveal the magnet of the month. Let's see what it is. I think you all figured it out already. We can all pretend to be very surprised, but of course it is Santa Gertie. That ad's actually not completely correct. Because it is the holiday season, we actually changed the color of the magnet. It's green and red for the holiday season, but it is Santa Gertie, of course it is, our original theme park character for the month of December. You have until December 31st at midnight Eastern to order your magnet of the month subscription, whether you want to buy the annual, which is at a discounted price, or the month-to-month. You can get Santa Gertie as part of the collection. I also want to announce today we have a bit of a surprise coming up related to this art, and towards the end of the month we'll talk about that a little more. The last thing I want to mention, of course, we are in the midst of the holiday shopping season. We're going to be very soon at the cutoff to get your orders in, to get your items for Christmas. So go ahead and order today from carouselofproducts.com for whatever you want for that Disney fan in your life, including Gertie Cam. Including our 8-foot tall, 10-foot long inflatable Santa Gertie. Time is running out to get her in time for Christmas. We are also very quickly running out. We ordered 1,000 of them. They are a limited edition of 1,000, and we're nearing the end. So get them now before they go extinct. Of course, we also have our Sunny Eclipse plush and so much more available at carouselofproducts.com. Also, these Santa Gertie candles, which are also only just for this holiday season. Go order now, carouselofproducts.com. Now we can get to the news. A disabled Disney shareholder is urging the company to review the impacts of their 2024 overhaul of the Disability Access System, or DAS, at Disney parks. But a recent SEC rule change is helping Disney block the shareholders' resolution. The resolution asked Disney to hire an independent expert to review the risks associated with the DAS changes. Shareholders request that Disney commission an independent review conducted by a qualified third party of the company's accessibility and disability inclusion practices. This review should assess legal, financial, and reputational risks, evaluate Disney's policies against international accessibility standards and competitors, and identify opportunities for leadership improvement. Shareholders further request that the board provide a public summary and internal briefing on the findings to ensure accountability and transparency. Disney asked the SEC to allow them to exclude the resolution because it is materially false and misleading, relates to the company's ordinary business operations, and the company has substantially implemented the proposal. Disney's letter to the SEC was filed on November 4th. On November 17th, the SEC's Division of Corporate Finance announced it would no longer review company attempts to exclude shareholder proposals except in some state law circumstances. The change took effect immediately, meaning Disney no longer needed the SEC's approval to exclude the resolution. The shareholder Eric Paul has sent a rebuttal to the SEC responding to Disney's claims. Quote, Disney has long told stories where the powerless rise, villains fall, and wrongs are made right. Its brand is built on magic, inclusion, and the belief that every voice deserves to be heard. Yet now, in a twist worthy of its darkest tales, the company risks becoming the villain of its own story, using newfound power to silence the very shareholders it should be listening to. Disney now faces a clear choice: live up to the values it sells to the world, or step into the role of villain silencing the disabled community. Disney updated their DAS requirements for Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resort in early 2024. Eligibility has been significantly limited, and Disney has suggested guests practice waiting in line at home or ask for a return time at an attraction, despite many attraction cast members not being trained to do this. A class action lawsuit against Disneyland alleging disability discrimination was filed in February 2025. That case is still ongoing. Disney has continued to tweak elements of DAS and its guidelines, including adding information about the required video call and extending the service's validity period. Oh, you know we got a rant coming up. You know it, ladies and gentlemen, just in time for the holidays. Good for the shareholders. Let them have it. And I think, as a Disney shareholder, I would like to know the financial impact. Now, I know, here's the problem of that, is we all kind of know that the reason this was implemented when it was not only because the lightning lanes were overcrowded, it was because they wanted to improve the sales of said lightning lanes. If there were people that were taking advantage of the system who didn't need it, or, you know, let's talk about the villain side of this that was mentioned there, or just Disney executives that don't care and decided, well, yeah, the people in wheelchairs can pay too. It's fine. But that's when this all happened, is when they decided to introduce Lightning Lane and paid FastPass. That is around the time this was all decided upon. It was an opportunity to increase the sales numbers of those services. And yeah, I mean, I assume it has, but the problem for Disney is if you come forward and are like, well, yeah, we think we lost some money from this many guests who decided not to come because we changed our accessibility policies, but then we gained it from this. You can't actually admit, if you're Disney, that you did this to increase those lightning lane sales, because it's an admittance of guilt, so you can't do it. So that's the problem. And I think the truth is, again, I have no hard evidence, but just as someone who works in this realm and talks to lots of guests who go to Disney World on a regular basis, and by regular basis I mean daily, I think the findings would show that you have damaged the reputation of the company and damaged financially the company as far as attendance. And if people aren't attending, they're not spending money on food, they're not booking a hotel, they're not doing any of those things, buying merchandise. So there has to be an impact. Now, the company is showing profits, so overall there are profits being made. Undoubtedly, there has to be some number of guests who have stopped going to Disney World because of this policy change, because the experience is no longer enjoyable for them, because they do have a disability that benefited greatly from having this access, but Disney took it away, and honestly, it's not worth the hassle to try to go through what a regular guest goes through when you have special needs. And that's the bottom line. I can't imagine there was not reputational and financial damage. And I think that might be part of why Disney doesn't want to do it. Disney probably just doesn't want to do it anyway. But the reason they don't want to do the studies, I think they're probably going to find that some damage was done. But in the end, Disney's, you know, internally just be like, well, yeah, but look at these lightning lane sales. Look at these, as you see their eyes turn into dollars, roll over into dollar signs. Look, I have said my piece on this a million times. I do not think that some people taking advantage of the system means that you should make the system in a way that some people who need it can't get it. I think that defeats the purpose of the system. And I've seen barbaric, despicable comments on this show, on our website from people, and I'm going to say those are the words I'm going to use because I think that's what defines them. So someone say, well, I'm glad they made the queues wider because now these people can wait in line. And how close-minded, and I'm going to use a word here, how stupid do you have to be to think all disabilities require a wheelchair? This has never been about purely mobility disabilities. This is all kinds of disabilities that make it hard for people to wait in a queue. I will say this, my family will never stop going to Disney World, but my mother just had knee surgery. And without the DAS, it's no fun to go with her right now. So we go and we eat dinner and we leave because they've made it impossible for her to do anything currently. And she doesn't need it permanently, she just had knee surgery. But they won't give it to her, so we don't enjoy it. And so, look, I'm fully ingrained in this company. It is my life, and there's no chance we're not going to go. But I guarantee you there are people who are less diehard than us in a similar situation who are just like, let's just not go this year. And let's not go next year and not go until this is resolved, if ever. And I think that's the core of the problem, is too many people who could use the service or need it in order to enjoy attractions at a Disney theme park cannot. I mean, we've been over all these stories. The people with people terminally ill with cancer and all these ridiculous scenarios where they wouldn't give them the DAS. You know, that dad, it still breaks my heart, the story we told several months ago of the dad who said to the cast member, just like, why are you guys making it impossible for me to enjoy a day at your parks with my family? That's what I feel like. This is people's happy place. And these people found so much solace in Disney's policy because Disney's policy was so, I don't know what the right word is, but it was, if you needed it, it was easy enough to get it. And because of that, yeah, there are bad people in this world, and people took advantage of it. They did. And I get that we're all mad at those people, and we should be. But at the same time, is it right that those people who needed it, who had access, are now sitting outside of attractions or not coming at all or don't feel comfortable coming at all because the way the policy has changed? It is clear two wrongs don't make a right. It is not right that people took advantage of the system, but it is also not right, and I don't care, you're not going to be right about this. It is not right that people that need it are not given it. Those are both bad scenarios. So there has to be some way between the two extremes to fix the system, or at least give it to more people who clearly need it. And we need to not hide behind it's only for developmental disabilities, it's only for this, it's only for that. It's not fair. It's honestly not fair. Disabilities and needs come in all shapes and sizes and kinds, and Disney knows that. And Disney needs to do right by their guests and be the company we believe them to be and expect them to be, and do the right thing. I totally agree with the statement made by the shareholders. I don't think we need the report. I will tell you what, Disney, you don't have to do the report. You just have to do the right thing and fix this. That's all. You can skip the report. You don't have to go publicly admit that you sold more lightning lanes and it worked out for you. You just need to go do the right thing. And I hope in the new year we will have a resolution on this, because I have talked about it for far too long. This has gone on for too long, and I can't believe I'm so disappointed in the Disney company that they're willing to sit there like this and just be like, we'll just wait it out. People will eventually stop complaining. No, they won't. No, they won't, because people want to come and give you money. Yeah, they don't want to give it to you for the lightning lane because maybe that's a step too far for them, but they'll give it to you in other ways. If you don't make it in lightning lane, you'll make it in other ways. So find a solution, please. Last week, we talked about Walt Disney World announcing their calendar of all events, additions, and more for 2026. What's interesting to note is what was not mentioned on that calendar. They did not mention the repainting of Cinderella Castle or any of the changes coming to the Carousel of Products at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom. The 2026 full calendar included new attractions and experience openings, the ends of attraction, refurbishments, events, and more. Some offerings had specific dates. Other later in the year had general time frames. Like the opening of Level 99, they just said it would be sometime next year. Notably absent again was the painting of Cinderella Castle, and as well that Carousel of Progress update, both of which were announced at Destination D23 in August. Cinderella Castle, of course, is being restored to its classic colors after 5 years in that pink color scheme that was introduced for the 50th anniversary of the park. Now, Disney did say specifically with that project that would be sometime next year. They're not willing to commit to a time frame. My guess on that would be the cranes are going to have to go up again, and they really don't want people to cancel their trips because they know when that crane is going to be there. That's my guess. Now, for Carousel of Progress, Disney did not say a real time frame on that, but what's happening there is they're introducing a new intro scene featuring the audio animatronic of Walt Disney. They teased other changes to the attraction, but would not say what those are just yet. So Either is Carousel of Progress closing at all this year? Is it going to be done this year? We have no idea. But the painting, they did say was 2026. Again, my guess being they don't want to tell people because for those of you who don't know, the biggest reason why the Cinderella Castle Dreamlights do not come back for Christmas every year is the number of PhotoPass complaints and beyond that were made of guests saying their trip was ruined by the cranes being up to put the lights on the castle. So there you go. We'll have to wait and see exactly what's going to happen with either of these projects. I assume castle painting is happening. I assume Carousel Progress is sometime this year. We have to wait and see what it's going to be. The dated 2026 collection of Walt Disney World merchandise has finally arrived. We, of course, have all the items with their prices for you. We found the collection in many locations across Walt Disney World, but this particular post on our website covered the Emporium at Magic Kingdom, but of course, World at Disney, and I almost just said Mouse Gear, but the Creation Shop at EPCOT, and I'm very old. But let's do a quick look at everything. There's a hooded sweatshirt, $69.99. Baby onesie, $21.99. Youth hoodie, $49.99. Light up ear headband, $29.99. The ear headband is $36.99. The youth white ball cap, $26.99. The black youth ball cap is $32.99. The backpack, $59.99. A keychain is $16.99. Mickey plush, $29.99. Articulated Mickey figure, $14.99. Baseball, $14.99. Disney Skyliner toy, $22.99. The Peterbilt Model 387 hauler is $29.99. The die-cast bus, $17.99. My father would like you all to know that that's a price increase on the toy bus, Skyliner, and tractor trailer, because that's what he buys every year, and he's been buying them every year since they started. The autograph book is $19.99. The pen for the autograph book, $9.99. The press penny book, $17.99. A magnet for $11.99. The beach towel is $34.99. The mug is $19.99. The Irresistibles collectible is $24.99. Photo frame, $29.99. Photo album, $24.99. Mickey glass ball ornament, $34.99. Frame ornament, $26.99. The light up ear hat ornament, $29.99. The light up Cinderella castle ornament, $29.99. Annual pass holder exclusive 2026 ringer t-shirt, $36.99. The limited release annual pass holder 2026 pin is $19.99. I would stay tuned to our website. I don't think this is all of the merchandise. I could be wrong, but typically we have to keep adding to the post over time the next week or two as items slowly roll in. So if you're interested to see what else comes about, of course, check our website daily. A few days after Disney announced that the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad refurbishment will conclude in the spring, a reporter noticed that most of the scaffolding has been removed around the attraction. Since our last update, it now appears that all the scaffolding visible to the public from the walkway has been removed. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad has been testing its roller coaster trains for a few weeks now. The entire coaster track was replaced and the trains were refurbished, so extensive testing without riders is required to ensure the ride is safe. After the construction walls had been moved forward last week, they have not been relocated since. They're still in that same spot. The walls previously ended at the exit queue of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad and ran closer to the former Rivers of America. They still completely block the ride's main entrance and jut out towards the Frontierland train station. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad is scheduled to reopen in the spring of 2026. No exact date just yet. It will have a new opening scene. Disney has promised other new bells and whistles and surprises. We'll have to wait and find out what those are. Magic Kingdom briefly became Lester's Possum Park during a recent Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party as guests caught an opossum dining at the dessert party. TikTok user Marcy Shea posted a video on November 22nd of an opossum eating leftover desserts at Tomorrowland Terrace. She captioned her post, "POV, even the possums came for the Disney dining experience. We definitely enjoyed the free entertainment." She also snapped a selfie with the creature with enough distance between, which commenters dubbed Lester after the theme park in a Goofy movie. Shay, her wife, and her in-laws participated in the Minnie's Wonderful Christmastime fireworks dessert party at Tomorrowland Terrace. After the fireworks, they decided to hang out to watch the madness of the guests leaving, she told People. Shay's wife told her to look at something, and Shay thought it might be Santa, but instead it was an opossum poking its head through the Tomorrowland Terrace fence. Quote, "He was just chowing down. This is hilarious. I was like, wait, I have got to record this. This is so funny. Some nearby kids noticed the opossum as well, and Shay's mother-in-law warned them to stay back and respect the space. And someone else noted that they hiss. They sure do. Living in Florida, I can tell you that from experience. Shay said she grew up around wildlife and said this opossum was tame and chill and used to being around people. I notice any animal you find in the Magic Kingdom, they're typically used to people being around. Growing up in Bronx, New York, I was always amazed that the birds at Magic Kingdom, like if I dropped popcorn, would literally like go onto my shoe. Like the bird would come all the way up and actually land on me. That's how little fear it had of people. Obviously, New Yorkers have a very different connection with wildlife than people visiting Walt Disney World. It's a happy place, so people are very kind to the wildlife, I find in most cases, other than those little brat kids that try to pick up the ducks. Damn kids. Either way, it's a fun, cute story. Look at that opossum licking that dessert cup, man. It's a good time. And the price was free for the opossum. Speaking of Minnie's wonderful Christmastime fireworks, they will perform each evening for all Magic Kingdom guests the week of Christmas and New Year's, as is customary. Of course, typically it's exclusive to the Very Merry Christmas Party, except for the holiday week. Minnie's wonderful Christmastime fireworks will be performed at 8:30 p.m. from December 22nd through the 29th. Guests can view the fireworks with projections on Cinderella Castle from the Hub or Main Street, USA. The fireworks alone can be viewed from many places inside the park as well as outside the park, as you all know. Along with the fireworks in the sky, projection effects and low-level pyrotechnics on Cinderella Castle light up the central hub of the park. The final Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party is December 21st. The fireworks are performed at 10 p.m. at the parties, but again, will be different from the 22nd to the 29th. As for December 30th and 31st, of course, they instead present the New Year's Eve version of Fantasy in the Sky fireworks instead. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head on over to wwnt.travel and their team will design your next magical vacation, from the Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resorts to Disney Cruise Line to Adventures by Disney and more. And the best part is their concierge services are 100% free. That's right, just like if you're an opossum at a dessert party. So book today. Disney shared a preview of the Figment merchandise that's coming to the 2026 EPCOT International Festival of the Arts. All the merchandise for the event this year looks like it will feature Figment. Let's talk about these previewed items now. The Spirit jersey is shades of teal, blue, purple, pink, and shows Figment drawing the World Showcase. The back print reads EPCOT International Festival of the Arts 2026. The Loungefly ear headband is black and has a Figment print showing him painting, and the bow in the center is embellished with fireworks and a Spaceship Earth medallion in the center. The blue baseball cap celebrates creativity with Figment painting around Spaceship Earth. The Figment ornament shows him painting a scene with Spaceship Earth and fireworks. The Figment plush is sporting a paint-splattered artist apron, a purple beret, and a paintbrush in hand. Of course, this represents, I almost cried when I saw this morning, because this represents Figment as he existed in the art scene of the original Journey into Imagination, which was my personal favorite. That Walter Peregoy created animal carousel still lives rent-free in my mind every single day. Can never forget how beautiful that scene was. Figment also takes center stage on this Loungefly bag, painting the sky surrounded by trees, fireworks, and Spaceship Earth. You can choose to wear it as a purse or a backpack. The Festival of the Arts Corksicle water bottle is black, purple, and green and features music notes, paintbrushes, and the World Showcase. The lid is black and the handle is purple. And lastly, the mug is black with the EPCOT International Festival of the Arts 2026 text in purple, blue, and green, and Figment's body makes up the handle. We don't have prices yet, but of course, you know, we'll be there first day of the festival, and we'll let you know how much this all is. Meanwhile, Disney has revealed more information about how Lorcana will be featured at the 2026 EPCOT International Festival of the Arts, including a Lorcana lounge in the Morocco Pavilion and multiple promo cards. They previously announced only scant details. That may be why you're thinking, like, Tom, you've read this already, but there's more to talk about. As previously announced, there will be a collection quest. During this activity, Illumineers, that's Lorcana players, can open Lorcana booster packs and trade cards with other guests. This will be available in the Illumineers Lounge in the Morocco Pavilion, presumably at the closed restaurant Marrakesh that is sometimes used as a limited time lounge. After completing a collection quest, guests can redeem for a limited edition Magical Places promo card. The Ink and Find Scavenger Hunt will take place throughout the park like other festival scavenger hunts. Guests will search for larger-than-life trading cards around EPCOT. When you find a card, match it to the special ink stickers on your complimentary festival quest book. This one will be free. After completing the scavenger hunt, you can pick up an additional limited edition Magical Places promo card from the Illumineers Lounge or in Figment's Inspiration Station at the Odyssey. Festival quest books will be available on the bridge from World Celebration to World Showcase. On the same bridge will be the artful photo op featuring card art from the fabled set of Disney Lorcana. The photo op features Mickey Mouse as the brave little prince and a sweetheart Princess Minnie Mouse riding on a carousel. Disney also released the full lineup of artists coming to the 2026 EPCOT International Festival of the Arts, including some new faces. They also previewed some of the new exclusive artwork that will be available. Over 200 new pieces of artwork are being created for this event, including live on stage. At Communicore Hall Plaza, guests can view visual art in performance. The My Disney Experience app will have showtimes for that. The EPCOT International Festival of the Arts takes place on from January 16th through February 23rd, 2026. You can visit our website for the full list of signing schedules and artist appearances. There are dozens and dozens, which is why we're not reading them here on the show. Le Cellier Steakhouse in the Canada Pavilion at EPCOT has 3 new dishes available. The wine cellar-inspired restaurant is beneath the Hotel du Canada facade, of course. The Wine Cellar's Banana Split is a roasted banana frozen dessert with Bing cherries, chantilly, and walnut praline. It's $13. Joining the entrees is the braised lamb shank with black barley risotto, braised fennel, maple glazed carrots, garden greens, and jus. It's $51. There's also a new enhancement. It's the Oysters Rockefeller for $22. Even the fish at EPCOT are feeling festive this holiday season with returning aquarium tank decorations. In one of the large tanks at the Seas with Nemo and Friends, white snowflakes decorate the sandy bottom of the aquarium. The snowflakes were found in the same tank where Nemo, or the clownfish, can be spotted. Miniature hats also decorate the urchins. This urchin is wearing a classic red and white Santa hat. It'll never not be funny. Another urchin sports a toppled over red Mickey ear hat. In another aquarium, presents with cutouts for the fish to swim through were placed on the bottom of the tank. This gift box is white with a red ribbon and decorated with a poofy white bow on top. The other present is a red one with a green ribbon and green bow at the bottom. It looks like someone might be checking out their gift a little bit early. A different tank has red and white striped candy canes sticking out of the sandy floor. The nursery tanks have also been decorated for the season. A faux brick fireplace was placed in the middle of this one. And there are 3 stockings hung by the chimney with care, and Santa Claus's legs stick out of the top of the brick chimney as if he's actively climbing, or should I say, swimming down. A miniature Santa hat can also be spotted off to the side. Another tank is decorated with large white snowflakes amongst the plants. The last tank features a full gingerbread village complete with 4 gingerbread houses and a large green Christmas tree in the middle. When viewed straight on, the lollipops in front of the tree form a hidden Mickey. The frontmost lollipop is decorated with a sign that reads Christmas Cuttlefish Village, established 2014. One of the gingerbread houses is already being claimed by a resident of the tank as well, as you can see here. The gingerbread house on the far left is decorated with Mickey heads. The holiday decorations can be seen again at the EPCOT SeaBase Aquarium in the Seas with Nemo and Friends Pavilion. A new Figment bus wrap was spotted at Disney World. We saw it leaving Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, but of course they could be anywhere on property. For this bus wrap, the color scheme at the bottom is yellow, purple, and orange, which are Figment's colors, of course. The top half of the bus is white, and Figment can be spotted across 3 of the windows as if he's inside the bus as an oversized but lovable passenger. Of course, this has been a common style of these. There are the versions with the big head outside on the outside of the bus. There is a Figment version of that. There are also the buses that have the giant wraparound art. There is a Figment version of that too. And so this is another version of anything but a ride, anything but a new ride. They'll give him anything but what we want. In fairness, though, every time I see a Figment bus wrap, it puts a smile on my face. I love the bus wraps across the board. They're great, but he needs a ride. I mean, I know he has one. It's not good. He needs a good ride. Anyway. Crews continue to remove themed elements from the former MuppetVision 3D theater at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Some of the arched brick designs that were above the facade's fake windows, as well as the windowsills themselves, have been removed. The window shutters were removed last week, of course. A wooden beam that previously stuck out of the side of the theater's tower has also been removed. This leaves some messy marks and holes in the theater's facade, all of which, of course, will be cleaned up or covered for the Monsters, Inc. land that is on the way. Here's what the facade looked like before, if you want to sit at home and cry. But yes, MuppetVision, of course, closed in the summer to make way for that Monstropolis land that will open sometime in the future, including that Monsters, Inc. roller coaster. As for the show that's going to go in this theater, Disney still refuses to tell us what it is. Walt Disney World has announced the reopening date for Kali River Rapids, which closed early for its annual refurbishment. Kali River Rapids will reopen on December 12th, 2025, the attraction webpage states. Hours aren't listed for that date just yet, but it should be open that day. The water ride usually closes in January after the holiday season and reopens in the spring, but this time it closed in October because Dinosaur, of course, is closing in February, and the park needed rides for their guests to go on. Soon, Walt Disney World guests will be able to do their grocery shopping at a new Trader Joe's. The new location is in the works for Kissimmee, less than 10 miles from Walt Disney World property. You're probably saying there's already one in the Walt Disney World area. Yeah, but that one's always very busy, and there's traffic on I-4, and yeah, this is probably good news for those of you that like to grocery shop when you come to Disney World. Growth Spotter reports that North American Development Company, which owns the Loop West Shopping Center in Kissimmee, filed plans with the city and South Florida Water Management District for a new 12,500 square foot grocery store north of JCPenney. The proposed size and layout match that of a regular Trader Joe's. North American Development Company also owns Tomoka Town Center in Daytona Beach, where a new Trader Joe's opened last month. The 2.6-acre parcel is at the corner of Thacker Road and Dyer Boulevard, which you're looking at in the Google Map screenshot here. It has a 173-space parking lot, which somehow will not be enough for Trader Joe's. You know if you've ever been to one. 29 spaces will be removed, and 6 ADA spaces will be added on the south side for a total of 150 directly serving Trader Joe's. The grocery store declined to confirm or deny the plans, but spokesperson Nakia Rhodey, no relation to Joe, told Growth Spotter, "We're actively looking at hundreds of neighborhoods across the country, including areas in Kissimmee, as we hope to open more new neighborhood stores each year." A Trader Joe's is also in development for Maitland in the area. There, of course, already is that Trader Joe's located in Winter Park. There are locations in Winter Park and Dr. Phillips. Disney's Old Key West Resort will soon begin a significant refurbishment focusing on several key aspects of the guest rooms. The information was revealed at the Old Key West Condo Association meeting. The resort is due for a soft goods update, which includes replacing upholstery, bedding, curtains, and carpet. This kind of update would refresh the look of the rooms without altering the structure or any of the major fixtures. However, Disney said they're treating this as more of a semi-hard goods update. Kitchens, living rooms, and bedrooms will be replaced in addition to the soft goods. Disney has not confirmed if Murphy beds will come to the resort, as they have at many others, but at this time, they have no further details about when this refurbishment will start, other than sometime in 2026, or how long it will last. Also brought up at the meeting was the possibility of adding a Skyliner connection at Old Key West, which attendees were given a clear no at this time. That doesn't surprise me. As cold weather hits Central Florida, Disney's Typhoon Lagoon Water Park will be closed to guests on December 11th and December 12th. The Typhoon Lagoon webpage does not list hours for the park on either of those days, but it is currently scheduled to open again on December 13th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. But of course, at this time of year, you have to keep in mind that this is a thing that happens, so be prepared to change your plans accordingly as cold weather rolls through the Orlando area. The happiest place on turf has been recognized by the nation's largest golf course owners association for outstanding golf experience. The National Golf Course Owners Association has recognized Walt Disney World Golf as the 2026 NGCOA Resort Course of the Year. According to the announcement shared by the First Call, Walt Disney World Golf was selected because of the outstanding experience it provides golfers across all aspects of its golf course operations, while also making a meaningful contribution to the growth and vitality of the game. Walt Disney World Golf covers 63 holes across its 4 properties. The championship 18-hole courses include Disney's Palm, Magnolia, and Lake Buena Vista, while Disney's Oak Trail is a 9-hole walking course. The NGCOA will present the award to Walt Disney World Golf formally on the first day of its Golf Business Conference 2026 in Orlando, Florida. Digital signs instructing guests how to scan their tickets and use photo validation have appeared at the entrance of Disneyland Park. 2 digital signs placed in front of tree planters are now flanking the entrance to the park. They instruct guests again how to be ready to scan in at the gate. The first screen says, "Welcome, please have your ticket device or Magic Band Plus ready to scan," with animated images of a phone and a hand wearing a Magic Band. The second screen shows the text, "Please tap camera button to take your photo," above an image of said button. Presumably the screens are to expedite the guest check-in by avoiding confusion regarding how the process works. No screens were seen at the entrance of DCA at this time, but they're testing this at Disneyland at least. The Disneyland entrance gates were updated in May of 2025, making them all ADA compliant and introducing photo validation cameras to the entry process. Disneyland Resort guests scan their tickets and take their photos to enter the park as long as they have a theme park reservation and a valid ticket. I will say this. If the goal of these new scanners, these new entrance gates, was to speed things up, it's not working. It still takes forever. If people show up that haven't used the ticket before, it still takes forever, and this is not the problem. The problem is not that the people are slow. The problem is the fact that people are still essentially validating their first entry when they show up. It takes too long, it holds up the line, and it makes it hard to get into the park quickly. So that's my 2 cents, but I know the Disneyland locals are with me on this. It didn't, it's nice to be able to tap a Magic Band, and personally, like as a Magic Key holder or someone that's already been in already, it goes faster, but once you have those new guests in front of you, forget it. The process doesn't matter at that point. Star Wars Rise of the Resistance at Disneyland Park will be closed for refurbishment in the new year. Its closure is scheduled to begin in January. On the Disneyland website, the January 20th, 2026 hours and events calendar currently shows Star Wars Rise of the Resistance as closed starting on that date. We do not have the end date, and we don't have the expected length of the refurbishment at this time. The long-awaited Porto's Bakery is finally happening at Downtown Disney as a large swath of construction walls have popped up around its future site. This week, Anaheim approved 3 permits filed by Disney for the demolition of the former La Brea Bakery, where Earl of Sandwich had been located temporarily until recently in the Downtown Disney district, and as well 2 nearby Disneyland Resort ticket booths. Although the permits were all filed on April 10th, they were not issued until December 8th. Disney has wasted no time, as only a day later, construction walls and barricades now surround the closed restaurant site, the ticket booths, and part of the walkway. The ticket booths, which are the closest booths on the Disneyland Esplanade to the entrance of the Downtown Disney District, closed in November. Anticipating that this work was about to begin, Disney finally released the concept art of this Porto's location this week and shows that it will have an expansive 2-story patio area. But that's what it looks like. Work has finally started. In case you're new to this saga, the Porto's Bakery was announced at D23 back in 2022. They then went quiet until 2024 when they confirmed they were still doing it and they were scheduled to open it in 2025. Obviously, it's December of 2025. That's not happening, but now we know work is about to begin. When it will be done, who knows? But either way, Porto's is finally coming to Downtown Disney. The president of the French division of the Walt Disney Company has confirmed that a version of the Avatar Fire and Ash drone show that was performed above central Paris will be presented at Disneyland Paris for a limited time. Last Friday, the European premiere of Avatar Fire and Ash hosted a show with 3,700 drones that took flight above the Paris skyline, synchronized to the original music created by Simone Franklin, while the drones took various shapes from Pandora's fauna and flora. Helene Etzi, the president of the French division of the Walt Disney Company, has now confirmed in a LinkedIn post that this display will come to Disneyland Paris for a limited time from December 13th to the 17th, the last day coinciding with the wide release of Avatar Fire and Ash across Europe. Disney has still not confirmed exactly where the drone show is going to happen. The assumption is it's going to be at the Walt Disney Studios Park, but that hasn't been said as of yet. The drone show was put together by Droneasos, which is the company that does the drones for Disneyland Paris, so it's no surprise that they're going to roll this over there for a couple of days, which is very cool. But yeah, you'll be able to see it for a few days, just a few days out there at Disneyland Paris. The family beach cabanas at Disney Castaway Cay now have a new name. They're called the Sandcastle Cabanas, and there's a new map that reflects the change. When booking a Sandcastle cabana online under My Cruise Activities, guests will see the cabana listed as a Castaway Key Sandcastle cabana, and obviously there'll be a number next to it as well. With this change, Sandcastle cabanas and Mickey and Minnie Cove cabanas can now be viewed on the new map of Disney's Castaway Key. It's number 22 on the map. The cabanas are incredibly popular and reservations book up quickly, according to Castaway Club status usually. They usually go, you want to have that early access, they go incredibly fast. They are an additional add-on that range in price from around $500 to $1,300 depending on the type of cabin. Each cabana includes 6 guests, but you can add up to 10 additional guests for an extra fee per person. Outside of the chairs, tables, and overall comfort of a cabana, there are also several other amenities, including snorkels, floats, bike rentals so you can ride around the island, sodas, bottled water, snacks, chips, a cabana host to restock the refreshments if you need more as well. There's also sunscreen, sand toys, a hammock right outside the cabana also. I've done these before. They're very, very pleasant. A lot of money, but a pretty wonderful little thing to do. We end on a sad note today. Composer Gordon Goodwin passed away on December 8, 2025 at the age of 70. Goodwin began his career as a musician at Disneyland and went on to create musical arrangements for several Disney parks parades and shows, plus worked on Disney films. Goodwin's Disney Parks credits include Cinderella's Surprise Celebration at the Magic Kingdom, Dream Along with Mickey as well, Beauty and the Beast Live on Stage, The Spirit of Pocahontas, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, A Musical Adventure, both of those were at Hollywood Studios, Festival of the Lion King, the Remember the Magic Parade for the 25th anniversary of Walt Disney World, the Hercules Zero to Hero Parade at the studios, the Stars and Motor Cars Parade at the studios, and as well, the now defunct Mickey's Jammin' Jungle Parade. Goodwin received a Grammy Award for Best Instrumental Arrangement for his work on the track The Incredits in Pixar's The Incredibles in 2004, composed by Michael Giacchino. He received the same award for Rhapsody in Blue in 2011 and on Green Dolphin Street in 2013, and was nominated for several more Grammy Awards. He won Daytime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Music Direction and Composition for Animaniacs in 1998 and 1999, and Hysteria in 2000. He worked various roles in the music departments for Disney's The Great Mouse Detective, D2 The Mighty Ducks, Quack Pack, Con Air, Armageddon, Tarzan, The Lion King 1.5, National Treasure, Tarzan 2 The Legend Begins, Kronk's New Groove, The Sorcerer's Apprentice, The Incredibles 2, Hocus Pocus 2, and more. His final credit, according to IMDb, is as an additional orchestrator on the Naked Gun remake in 2025. He led Gordon Goodwin's Big Fat Band, aka the Big Fat Band, an 18-piece jazz orchestra. They won the Grammy Award for Best Large Jazz Ensemble Album for Life in the Bubble in 2014. What an incredible career, but we're park people, and his music, such a big part of my life. I know I've joked about this before, but really, truly, in the car, the only thing, Rosanna hates this, but the only thing I listen to is like theme park music, and most of it is parade and show music. And so I still listen to Jammin' Jungle all the time. Stars and Motorcars was not my favorite parade, but I love the music from it. But there is one thing on this list that particularly, Dream Along with Mickey was great too, but one thing that particularly important to me was my favorite castle stage show ever, Cinderella's Surprise Celebration. I still think it's one of the best character shows they've ever done. I really, really love it. And the music from that is such an indelible part of my younger life, and such an important time for me where I fell in love with the parks to such a degree that this became my career and my life. I just want to thank him for everything he gave to me personally, and I'm sure many of you, some of those, if not for the theme park stuff, the movies, he's touched your life in some way, and he will be sorely, sorely missed. An incredible career with so much great music. Selfishly, for me, the theme park music. For the absolute latest on these stories and all that didn't make it into today's show, be sure to check WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. Special shout out to our WIGS members watching who make the show happen every single week. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying, enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Say goodbye, Gertie.